The Parable of the Sea Turtle. A sea turtle lived alone on an island. He fished alone, he ate jellyfish alone, he loved being alone. Sometimes his thoughts became the sky, sometimes they became the sea, sometimes they became the tiny patch of sand he called his home. Everything was perfect. He didn't feel lonely at all. He could stop time if he wanted to. He could stand on the edge of space and not fall. Here was heaven, and he, the turtle, was at the center of it. His only fear was that someone would come to disturb his peace. If he saw a ship, he hid. If the tide rose, he climbed to higher ground and waited for it to pass. He prayed that everyone would stay away. Then, in the middle of one dense, starry night, many turtles arrived. The beach was suddenly filled with excitement and yelps. The sea turtle hid, watching it all. It was as though 1,000 fireworks were exploding all over his perfect paradise. He tried to stop time, but he couldn't. He knew that if he stood on that side of space, he would fall. He was utterly powerless. He could do nothing but lie in wait and watch the strange goings-on. Finally, exhausted by it, he fell asleep. When he awoke, all the turtles were gone, and the sea turtle wondered if he had dreamed at all. But the disturbances in the sand were unmistakable. The visitors had left patterns of swirls and pockmarks all over the island. The place felt different too. There was a low tremor all around that hadn't been there before. The sea turtle could feel that his destiny and that of the whole island had changed. He also found that he couldn't become the sky as easily anymore, or the sand, or the sea. Something had shifted. He became more curious about passing ships, and would even venture out to swim when the tide was high. A couple of moons later, the sea turtle awoke. He had felt a presence, like a spirit, fly over him. Had the turtles returned? He got up and was greeted by an astonishing sight. The sand was moving all around him, but he didn't hide this time. A few moments later, the sand broke into a mass of tiny turtles, babies freshly hatched. It was a joy, each baby turtle seeing the world for the first time, the world that the sea turtle had made so perfect. And suddenly the sea turtle understood why he had made the island so perfect. It was their cradle. The sea turtle forgot about his comfort and immediately set about helping the babies hatch safely. When all was done, they all sat, gazing up at the beautiful stars in their heavenly paradise. Then the babies started to make their way towards the sea. "Don't leave!" squawked the sea turtle. What would happen to them out there? He couldn't make the vast ocean as safe and perfect as his little island. "We'll come back one day," squeaked the babies. "We promise." And indeed they would. Until then, the sea turtle would remain dreaming away on his perfect island until the day his charges returned.